Welcome back to Yin and Yang Tutorials, everyone. Thanks so much for coming back. This is our second video that we've done. Today, I, Taylor, will be doing a solo version of our tutorials today. Rachel and I decided that we want to give you guys a real good look at our personality in our own videos. So I am going to be showing you guys how to recreate this Kylie Jenner inspired look. And it was really fun for me, so I can't wait for you guys to see this. All the products I'm using are going to be down below in the description box, and don't forget to subscribe now if you haven't already. It's really important to us because we really love that people are enjoying the stuff we're making for you. So sit tight and get ready to get Jenner-fied. Is that weird? So here I am beginning to prime my skin with a matte primer, because that's just my favorite. I really love that just mattified, almost plasticky kind of look that, you know, just doesn't show any of my oils that go through. Now I'm priming my eyes to get ready for the look that I'm about to create with the Kylie Jenner style in mind. So she really, just in the pictures, she's really doll-eyed and does pretty much a neutral bronzy-ish eye. So I'm getting my lids ready for that. Now I'm going to pick up some Lorac Tantalizer because I want to just give my eyes that flush of bronziness, and I think bronzer is like a really cool thing you can do just all over the lid that makes a really good base for the rest of your eye look. And as you notice, I'm using a fluffy brush to do this, and I kind of start to drag it a little bit outward in the outer V, like Ariel does it for Kylie. This kind of look requires more blending than you would actually think, because the way that her outer V is always so dragged out, it's pretty actually kind of hard. So I'm going to deepen up that V with some MAC Saddle Eyeshadow. It's one of my favorites for that like naturally dark brown. So I'm going to just try to deepen up that little area to kind of make the drag out a little bit more pronounced. Again, I'm just blending my little heart away, and I went back to using that fluffier brush to kind of just soften up the edges on this look with that bronzer I started with. Now I'm going to go and do something of my own to make this look a little bit more me. I'm using the ABH Sundipped Glow Kit. I'm using the darkest bronze shade in there to kind of just put from my inner corner to just right past where my iris is to give it a little dimension. Hey look, I went back to deepening up that outer V again. Surprise, surprise. Now I'm back with that saddle color to put under my eye to just bring the whole look together from upper to lower lid and make it nice and smoky. Next, my classic under eye dark circle remover, my orange concealer, just because I feel like I can always see my dark circles. I hate it. Blend baby blend, using a tiny little beauty sponge under my eyes that is damp.
Finally, I'm going in with a brightening pencil in my waterline just so I look a little bit more awake and not over smoked out. Time to beat the rest of my face. I'm using the Wet n Wild foundation, and it's nice because it has a paddle and I don't have to either dirty up the back of my hand or my handy dandy little foundation mixer palette place thing that's actually a candlestick top. So I'm putting this all over and I'm going to blend it out in just a second. Bouncing that beauty sponge all over town. Getting it right into my pores and making sure it's literally covering everything I don't want to be uncovered. One of my favorite things about this foundation is I can build it up to be a little bit more full coverage and to get right into those like little annoying nose creases that can just show if your foundation ain't covering anything. Now I'm going with my classic Shape Tape Concealer and brightening under my eye area and really just putting little dots around because little goes a long way. I'm also blending that with a tiny little damp beauty sponge as well. I make sure to push the concealer a little bit upward on my cheekbones and then down the sides of my nose to kind of give me that contoured lifted look and to slim out my nose as well. Now I'm setting the under eye concealer with the NYX Banana Powder. I do it very light-handed so it doesn't get cakey or creasy. And then also I tend to kind of drag it into my smile lines too so those set and not really crease as much either. I'm going back in to just deepen up my under eye eyeshadow a little bit because I just really love a good smoky eye. So there you go. Alright, now I am going to be highlighting my brow bone area with just like a tiny little eyeshadow brush and the Wet n Wild highlighter Precious Petals that I think is a really good dupe for Becca Champagne Pop. I'm going back in to set my face with some very light-handed powder from Tarte just so any other powder I do put on goes on nice and not patchy. Next, for my lash, I'm going to start by using a double-ended mascara from L'Oreal to give me a lot of look. Hey look, I took down my Aquas hair towel just so I could do some contouring without having to hold that back. I'm using the Kat Von D Shade and Light palette with, again, a very soft hand because this is so pigmented that it ends up looking ashy on me if I don't really go nice and soft with it. Using the same shade on my forehead and for my cheekbone just because I think it gives it a nice uniform contoured look. Now time to just lightly blend it out with one of these knockoff Artis brushes. Putting some blush on. I love that this one's a matte blush. I normally haven't been into matte blushes, but I'm a fan of this Tarte one. I'm now slightly dusting off the slight amount of powder I put under my eyes, just in case. Now it's time to highlight. I'm using the lightest shade back again in that Sundipped palette from Anastasia. And just, ooh, yeah, like, I'm happy. Now it's time to bake under contour to keep oils at bay and to just make those cheekbones even sharper. Hey, I dried and straightened my hair, and I put on eyelashes, and I feel really extra wearing them, but I like it. Now it's time to work on those lippies, and I'm using Kylie's Kristen lip kit the most popular one. I also prepped my lips with some lip balm before, and I just rubbed it to make sure everything was nice, smooth, and hydrated before going to line and fill them in with both liner and the liquid lipstick. What I love about this red is that it's not too red for me. And Kylie's Kristen just is that nice strawberry color. My friend Grace and I, we love our Kylie. Obsessed. Isn't this the most extra way to set? So this is a tip I kind of came up on my own. I use an ELF concealer to kind of just make sure that my liquid lipstick or any lipstick doesn't bleed or feather out around my lip lines. So I kind of trace around my lips very carefully, and then in a second I'm going to blend it out, not just with my finger, but with like a tiny little beauty sponge to make sure it's not too harsh against my actual color.
So that concludes it for today's video of this Kylie Jenner inspired look. I hope you guys enjoyed watching it because I had so much fun making it. Y'all know I love a good card runner any day of the week. So, you know, I had to bust this one out in my first solo. And I will be leaving all the products I use down below in the description box. Don't forget to hit subscribe and leave us your thoughts in the comment section below. I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye, everyone.